True wealth comes from controlling trade and resources wisely. Power and money grow together when you manage the empire's resources. Managing land and tax revenue is the path to lasting wealth. Investing in the empire and its people creates real riches. Reinvest every profit and scale your business to grow wealth. Producing value for society and expanding industry builds fortune. Land and resources are the foundation of wealth in any kingdom. Creating ideas and software that people use generates lasting wealth. Building systems at scale is the fastest way to create wealth. Innovation and creating new markets are the real keys to making money.
Everyone thinks getting rich is exciting. They imagine big moments, big wins, overnight success. But that image is wrong. Getting rich is not exciting. It's repetitive. It's quiet. And most of the time it feels pointless. You wake up, do the same thing again, and nothing seems to change. No applause, no feedback. And that's exactly why most people never make it. Not because they're incapable, not because they're unlucky, but because they expect progress to feel good. And real progress rarely does. Social media trains people to expect speed, fast money, fast results, fast validation. You see clips of people celebrating outcomes, but never the process. You see the highlight, not the repetition behind it. What you don't see is the boring part, the months where nothing happens, the years where effort and reward don't line up. Money doesn't move fast. Attention moves fast. Wealth is built slowly, through boring actions repeated consistently. And when people don't see results quickly, they assume something is wrong. They think they failed. In reality, they just reached the boring phase, the phase everyone quits in. Real progress doesn't look impressive. It looks like doing the same task again today, even though yesterday didn't pay off. It looks like learning something new and not being able to use it immediately. It feels slow because your brain wants feedback, and there is none. Most systems only reward you after a long delay. Skills, businesses, investing. The work always comes first. The reward comes later. And the longer the delay, the fewer people are willing to stay. That's not a disadvantage. That's the filter. People don't quit because it's too hard. They quit because it feels meaningless before it works. There's a point where effort and results are completely disconnected. You're working, but nothing confirms that it matters. That's mentally uncomfortable. Humans are wired for immediate feedback. Dopamine, validation. Boring work gives you none of that. So people stop. Not because they failed, but because their brain convinced them it wasn't worth continuing. This boredom is not a flaw in the system. It's the advantage. If something were exciting the whole way through, everyone would do it. Boredom removes competition. Once you can tolerate doing unexciting work consistently, you're suddenly competing with very few people. That's where leverage comes from. Not speed, not talent, but endurance. Most people massively overestimate what can happen in 1 year, and they massively underestimate what can happen in 10. 1 year feels long. 10 years feels abstract. But wealth doesn't respond to urgency. It responds to consistency. The people who win are usually the ones who stayed longer than expected. If you're bored, that doesn't mean you're doing it wrong. It usually means you're early. The real question isn't how fast you can go. It's how long you can stay consistent without external validation. Because boring work compounds quietly. And by the time it becomes exciting, most people are already gone.